By trying to fit ourselves into culturally appropriate boxes, we become inconsistent to a degree that makes us live a lie. And what's worse is that it is so compartmentalized that we are unaware of the lie as we live it. This is how you see people living double lives, triple lives. This is how in our language we even have words for such a thing. Think about a politician or a celebrity and their public persona as opposed to their private persona. So, shall we always wear masks? Shall we wear masks so long and so much, to such a degree, that we become invisible to ourselves? This is what we have done collectively. This is what we are doing individually. This is what leads us to things like cognitive dissonance, to great confusion. And confusion is not where we find the answers. Confusion is not where we find alignment. Clarity, stillness, self-awareness, acknowledgement, accountability. So, if you would like to become more aligned in your life to the truth, to reality, try to create more consistency within your own life, across the domains of your life. The people who know you from soccer, and the people who know you from the pub, and the people who know you at work, should as close as possible all know the same person. And this fills a lot of people with fear, because that's a vulnerable place to be. And it can be if it's not done wisely. What we've learned to do is to compartmentalize ourselves. And that does have value. It has value in protecting us, but it protects us so much that it sends us into confusion and unself-awareness. You still need to protect yourself. But under this scenario, under this way of doing things, you are consistent across domains, but it's the amount of yourself that is visible across domains that differs. So, say everyone who knows you from soccer and church and the pub and work, they all feel like they know the same person. But the people in your more intimate and personal life would just know more of that person, would have more details of that person, would have more insight into that person. Where people at work or people at the pub would have a more superficial access and understanding of that person. But the consistency would be the same. The signal would be the same. Think on it. I definitely have seen the value of this. Why? Because consistency across domains in one life. That's the opposite of fracturing. That's the opposite of what we see others doing, which is creating confusion and fragmentation. As much as possible, we want to put out a consistent signal. That way we get consistent results back in our lives. When we put out a mixed and confused signal, we get back chaos. And we're not going for chaos, we're going for stability. We're going for consistency. So what we put in, we get out. We've just learnt to put in chaos. We've learnt to put in confusion. We've learnt to put in fragmentation. We've learnt to put in a mixed, jumbled bag instead of a single, consistent input. And that's why we get the crazy inconsistency that we see these days. And in order for that to change, we have to start with improving our individual consistency.